Hello everyone, and welcome to another video reviewing gluten-free food and travel, this time in Porto, which, as the name probably suggests and is quite obvious, is in Portugal. So starting off with the first place, so ComQR is a fully gluten-free cafe and bakery doing like toasts and cakes and stuff, but it was pretty disappointing, to be honest. It was very basic, not that great. It's there as a quick fix, which is quite good, but otherwise I wouldn't really recommend it. So Porto was a very beautiful place to visit. Feels very medieval, but also very like hustling and bustling as well. So there's tons of people there. This was on the first day. We had some beautiful weather. And this was just sat down by the riverside, and it was beautiful. And unfortunately, this was sort of the best and only good day of weather that we got. The rest of it just became a constant rain and drizzle. So this first day, I'm looking back at these videos quite fondly. And we made the most of it by getting a jug of sangria here, which is quite cheap, about £18 for a jug. And I'm sat here enjoying this by the side of the river. And it meant that we got quite tipsy off this, actually, because of getting up quite early in the morning. Ended up getting up at 2 in the morning. And so this is the first hotel that we checked into in Porto. So this was called Mason Blue, and this was a really sort of extravagant and luxury hotel, but not that expensive because it was during its soft launch. So fortunately we were able to get it for a very good price. So we've got a great view here on the balcony of the river. And then going back inside, you can see there was these massive curtains around the whole place. It was really nice. The bed was huge, really nice bathroom. Everything about it was just very clean, very comfy, very, very decadent. So got some nice artistic shots here of the room. Been quite proud of this camera work here. You can even see through the window in a second. Yeah, look at that shot out through the window of the bedroom. Yep, very good. And now, I know this is terrible, but on the first evening we did actually get a McDonald's for tea for dinner, because it's known as one of the most beautiful McDonald's in the world, so I had to give it a visit. And also in Portugal, McDonald's do gluten-free bread for everything. So I had to try this, and it was fantastic. Got a gluten-free Big Mac meal, and just the novelty of being able to get a gluten-free McDonald's it was an amazing experience. I'm saying this for a McDonald's, can't believe it. And then got a McFlurry to walk home with as well. Overall, McDonald's was better than the gluten-free cafe, I would say. So in the morning, this was the view that we woke up to. Really nice, just watching all the seagulls milling about on the river, and just such a nice hotel to wake up in. Yeah, really beautiful room, beautiful sky. Just seeing, because we'd flown at like 6 in the morning or whatever, our body clocks were still a bit messed up, but it meant that we woke up really early and got to enjoy this view of Porto, which was quiet in the morning. And this is a view from the balconies to where we were going to eat our breakfast, and I was waiting for Hannah to get ready, so I just had a coffee on my own, a bit of peace on my own in the morning to start the day on the balcony, just watching the planes landing, because you get to see the planes landing in Porto quite regularly, because the airport's not far away from there. And so when we went down for breakfast, this is the kind of layout that they had in the hotel. For breakfast, it was a massive selection of stuff, really nice, really like beautifully presented hotel. And these are the kind of gluten-free things I got. So got gluten-free bread roll there, gluten-free muffin, gluten-free chocolate cake, scrambled eggs and bacon, orange juice, coffee. Really nice breakfast. And so later that day, we just had a potter over to the train station in Porto, which again is one of the most beautiful places to see in Porto, just to kind of suss out our travel for the next day. And then for lunch, we stopped at a Portuguese, more Portuguese style restaurant than what McDonald's was. And this place, called Tasquina do Bé, does lots of gluten-free alternatives. And so I got a francesinha, which is one of the more typical dishes in Porto. gluten-free version with gluten-free bread and fries, all done in a dedicated gluten-free fryer. Fantastic experience, great experience, really nice. And here's a video of what it looked like. So it's like cheese and meat and bread, all with an egg on top and fries and a €3 glass of wine. Really nice. And so after the food, we're then in a bit of a food coma and were shattered. So had to retire to the hotel just for a bit of a nap, but not very good with napping in the middle of the day. So just made myself a coffee and sat out on the balcony just to basically experience as much of this hotel room as I could, because we were only in this one for 2 nights. It was really nice, so just wanted to experience every bit of it really, and didn't want to go to sleep because then I wouldn't be sort of seeing the hotel room, which probably sounds stupid. So then again, this is just another video of the breakfast the next day before checking out. Luckily got the gluten-free cakes wrapped up this time in the wrappers, so I was able to take them with me for our train journey that day that we were going to take to go and see the next part of Portugal, which was Pinhão. So just a little saying goodbye to the view on the balcony here. A cup of tea, and obviously before we went, just a last minute trip to Mackey's. Just got to make the most of that gluten-free McDonald's. So as we can see here on the train ride from Porto to Pinhão, it was absolutely chucking it down. So it's hard to get a nice shot out of the window, but we did get some good weather on the way back. But yeah, this is we had a lot of the British weather basically. I think the entire almost continent of mainland Europe was covered in rain during the time we were there, so it wasn't just us that had it, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Still nicer than raining in the UK in Bradford. So when we arrived at Pinhão, presented some beautiful views like this, and then we checked into the hotel, which is called Casa do Arco, which is basically just situated in the Wine Valley, and just with absolutely stunning views from the hotel room. Really nice room, and it had a nice little living room here where you could enjoy a bottle of wine and just look out. And we had our meal that evening also in that hotel. So this was a really nice gourmet experience, this meal. And this was in their arched room, all concrete and wood, really nice setting to eat. So starter, gluten-free, burrata with some walnuts, really tasty. For main, got some sirloin beef here with some roast potatoes and some padron peppers. And let me finish off eating the meat off of the bone. And then for ice cream, it was like a vanilla ice cream with chocolate and some almonds, all done gluten-free. Really nice wine, fantastic meal, great experience, would definitely recommend. So then waking up the next morning, the sun was shining a bit, trying to break through, but it didn't last for long, unfortunately. And this is just enjoying the morning, waking up. And then we went on a walk down from the hotel, down through the Wine Valley, just to experience the Douro Valley. Really beautiful hills, really beautiful scenery. See if I can stop saying the word beautiful. It's just wasn't a word for beautiful. It was gorgeous. It was really nice. So then we stopped for lunch at this place called Quinta della Rosa, which had a winery attached. And this was probably the best meal of the entire holiday. So this starter was belly pork with crispy crackling and sweet potato. And then for main, had pork and baked potatoes and some spinach, I think that was, and some like salsa verde dressing. Wow, it was incredible. And then we went for a wine tour on the same place. So they had this like wooden panel that revealed a view of the Douro Valley as you sat and tried a couple of bottles of wine and some port. And then when we got back from this walk, we were absolutely soaked. So they lit a fire for us in the living room of the hotel, which was a really nice touch. And then this is our final morning, checking out of the hotel. And it essentially feels like you are living in a cloud sometimes, the way that the rain and the mist travels down over the valley. You can see what it's like, the amount of cloud that's surrounding you. So then we got a train ride from Pinhão to Regua, which is another place along the Douro River. These trains were fantastic because like very old-fashioned, and in the next place we had this great experience of the balcony overlooking the train tracks, so you could hear just where the train was going to come past. So this was the train that we were going to ride next day to go back to Porto, so it was great to sort of geek out on this. You can see like the doors, some of the doors are open along the train, which is pretty cool, but also quite scary, I guess, if you're walking down the middle of the train and you almost feel like you can fall out. And we had a really nice meal in Regua as well, of some cod and potatoes. And in the hotel, this was the best gluten-free breakfast for hotels. So they had mini gluten-free pancakes and muffins and homemade gluten-free bread and ham and cheese and egg. And the mini gluten-free pancakes were incredible with like peanut butter. And then this is getting the train that day when we left Regua to go back towards Porto. So we had a bit nicer weather for this train ride on the way back, and then finally checking in to our final apartment, which had some great views. So this, rather than having views of the river this time, we had some views of the centre of Porto and a bit more space in this one, so it was nice to stay in an apartment with a bit more space, especially because the final day just chucked it down almost all day, so it was really it was welcome to have a bit of place to like kick back and just watch TV and make a coffee and things like that. Really, again, really nice apartments. All the apartments and hotels were really nice in Porto, and we did have a little break in the weather where we had a blue sky. It didn't last for long, just 5 or 10 minutes, so I had to get the phone out at this point and record all of the scenery because it didn't last for long. And then it started enjoying it. And then also we did squeeze in a little visit to the library in Porto, which is known as like the most beautiful library or bookshop in the world. That was really nice. Really beautiful scenery, and it's said to have inspired apparently Harry Potter. And then this is another gluten-free tapas meal in Porto, and I'll tag where that is. And this is just a video basically of what the rain was like at some point. It was an absolute downpour, chucking it down. Worst rain in the UK, which is saying something. Sure, it's not doing news. Oh well. And then finally just finishing with a nice scenic skyline view of Porto from climbing up the tower there. So yeah, really nice trip to Porto. Would definitely recommend it for eating gluten-free. There was plenty of places. Hopefully you get nicer weather than what we had. So if you like this video and want to see more of this kind of thing, then please just like this video and subscribe, and then you can possibly then just comment as well of like places that you'd like to see reviews of, or if you've got any recommendations of other places to travel to that were really good for gluten-free, then that would also be great. So yeah, cheers and see you later.